and welcome to MAAA Conference Championship game tonight featuring the Farmington Knightettes against the St. Genevieve Lady Dragons. And Dennis, if we go back about a week or so, how we got here was that the Knightettes defeated the North County Lady Raiders in the bottom of the 7th inning on a walk-off single by Brittany Link, who had previously made a game-saving play at the plate, or game-saving relay play to Olivia Siebert to save a run. And that secured a three-way tie between the Central Lady Rebels, the North County Lady Raiders, and the Farmington Knightettes. And we all assumed that Farmington would be playing North County here in this game today. However, North County, who drew the #1 seed based on the coin flip tiebreaker, was surprisingly upset by St. Genevieve in a game yesterday. And so now the championship game features the Knightettes and the Lady Dragons.
Yeah, Farmington's playing very well the past couple of weeks here as it started against the North County Lady Raiders and then the Central Lady Rebels, and then again last night against the Central Lady Rebels, how they won 4-3. That was a big game last night.
Well, and talk about last night a little bit, because you were here, and the game really was a really tightly contested game until the very end, and Farmington, behind 2 home runs, and especially one late, ended up pulling that game out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, actually, Central led off the first batter of the game, led off with a home run, deep center field, and then Central would end up scoring 2 more runs, and then Farmington, of course, would score a couple more runs by home runs. There's a big home run by Allison Tucker in the bottom of the 6th, and actually both home runs came in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yes, and Allison Tucker, who I believe is that may have been her first home run of the season, or at least her first home run. She hasn't hit any at home this year, that's for sure. And what a time for that to come at in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing to hit a 2-run home run. And so the Knightettes, as we said, have earned their way here. MAAA Conference Championship game, and in their previous 2 meetings with St. Jim, they beat them 12-0 and 15-0. And as we were talking before we came on, in that 15-0 game, I was there for that, and Kayla Nash hit a home run, Hannah Height hit a home run, Olivia Siebert hit a home run in that game. The Knightettes really had what I would call an offensive explosion there, really in about a 3-game stretch from St. Jen to Potosi and Fredericktown. They only allowed 3 runs over the course of 3 games at home, and scored, I believe it was, ended up being about 35 runs. And so some of those home runs you were just looking up, Kayla Nash is, you said, second in the entire area right now, right? 9
home runs, and then there's another one with 10, which, I mean, she just won away, and she could do it here tonight.
Yeah, Kayla Nash is, I've said often, she deserves her own walkout music. I know a lot in baseball, we see almost all the players have the walkout music. In softball, we don't really see that here at high school softball level, but Kayla Nash deserves it, as she's a threat to hit it out. She's hit a grand slam in one of their home games this year, and every time she gets up to bat, she is a threat. And I've seen her hit one this year that would have been close to going out of this field. It was close to going out of our park there at Farmington. And so, as we said before, the Farmington Knightettes will play the St. Jen Lady Dragons. We're here for the pre-game show on Night Vision Media, Night Vision Sports. Marcus Archer alongside Dennis Pogue. We're going to bring you the action tonight, and we'll be back after a commercial break.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it? Okay, hey. Jennifer, can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
Yeah! This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
welcome back here to the MAAA Conference Championship game pregame show here on Night Vision Sports. Marcus Archer with Dennis Pogue. We're going to bring you tonight's starting lineups here, starting with the St. John Lady Dragons.
Yeah, and Ashley Viox will lead off, play third base. Michaela Bader will bat second, play short, and Lauren Kushka will bat third and play first base. Those three batters right there have been very big for St. John, very big in their 7-1 win over North County last night. Then batting cleanup, Adrian Webery will catch. Batting fifth, Reagan Zerwig will play right. And then batting sixth, pitching, Megan Huck, and she was a big key on holding North County's offense to only 1 run last night. Batting seventh will be Kara Drash. She'll be the DH. Batting eighth will be Danielle Kemper playing second base. And then rounding off the lineup, Adrian Mueller in left field.
Well, it should be said that, as I said, Farmington scored, they beat St. John rather 12-0 and 15-0, and then St. John beat North County 7-1 last night. And Farmington had lost to North County previously, but then beat them 1-0. And so what I see there, number one, is that North County offensively, top to bottom, is not a very strong team. They are very good defensively. Their shortstop has a lot of range, North County, but St. John, who Farmington really just hammered their pitcher when they played them at home in their last meeting. Apparently must have done a lot of things right last night in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, St. John they came out of nowhere, beat North County 7-1, and North County, I guess, just couldn't. I heard in one inning that they were out in the field for quite a long time, so obviously St. John got the job done.
When that happens against a team like St. John, who previously North County had beat twice, what happens there is that it becomes sort of a demoralizing thing. You get stuck out in the field and you get tired and you get down on yourself because this is a team you've beat twice already and you shouldn't be losing like this. And so
exactly.
Let's see the Farmington Knightettes starting lineup.
Well, we got Olivia Siebert leading off playing catcher. Batting second would be the DH, Allison Pingle, and as you said earlier, she's a big girl for her age, and she should be able to smack the ball, and maybe we might see her first home run of the season here tonight.
I've seen of her. She has a lot of bat speed, and she's very capable of a lot of power. She just seems to just miss the ball, hit just on top of it or just underneath it. She pops the ball up quite a lot, but that's not really an indication of her talent with the bat. And so that's where that comes from. When she swings the bat, I'd say she's got more bat speed than probably anyone on the Farmington Knightettes team.
Yeah, and then you got Kayla Nash who's pitching. She has been the bomb for Farmington. 9 home runs, a CMU commit next season for college as her freshman year, and that's phenomenal.
And she had 6 strikeouts in the what ended up being the championship game, essentially, in the MAAA conference with North County that secured the 3-way tie. And so she's not only a power hitter, she is a great all-around player and the number 1 pitcher for Farmington. And I would say, in my opinion, not just because I am here with Night Vision Sports, that she is probably the best pitcher in the MAAA conference.
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about it. Then batting cleanup for Farmington will be Hannah Hyatt. She'll play first base. Batting fifth will be third baseman Brittany Link. Batting sixth, left fielder Hallie Tucker, and then who hit a big 2-run home run last night that put the Farmington Knightettes ahead, Allison Tucker. She'll be playing shortstop. Batting eighth will be second baseman Emily Breeze. Batting ninth, Randy Strudge playing center field.
Well, and Brittany Link, as I said, really she was the hero again the North County game again as that game was tight. Farmington had 2 plays at the plate that you and I both thought were fairly questionable whether or not Siebert was actually able to tag her out, but they got the call nonetheless. And one of those couldn't have come at a bigger moment in the top of the 6th inning the top of the 7th inning in order to save a run. There's a ball hit out to right field, out to left field, and the ball is thrown in, and Brittany Link relays it into Olivia Siebert, who gets the tag at the plate to save a run and keep the game at 0-0. And then on the flip side of that, as they often say on SportsCenter, how often do you see someone makes a great play in the field and they come back in and then they make a great play at the plate, and that's what Brittany Link did. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. North County had been solid all game long defensively. They allowed one error, and it was in the bottom of the 7th inning. A ball squirted under the second baseman's glove, moving runners to second and third. And after that, Brittany Link comes up, and she is the one with the game-winning hit. And so Farmington this year, I would say possibly not their strongest fundamental defensive team. However, they make up for that by more than enough offense. As we said, Olivia Siebert has hit a home run this year. Kayla Nash has hit 9 home runs. Hannah Height has hit a few home runs. And Allison Tucker with a big home run, a game-winning home run, essentially last night. And so we'll be back here after this commercial break with what will be the MAAA Conference Championship game against the Farmington Knightettes, against the St. Genevieve Lady Dragons. It'll be me, Mark Sarcher, and Dennis Pogue on the call. We hope this one turns out well and hope Farmington does what they've done in the last 2 meetings with St. Genevieve. Wouldn't mind a quick game, a mercy rule game, and we'll hope that Kayla Nash and those girls can get their offense going early. And so we'll see you back after this commercial break.
We are here, planet Earth, made from about 70% water. That's 326 billion gallons, give or take. That's enough to fill the office water cooler 652 quadrillion times. You'd think with that much water, we'd never run out of fresh fish. But in the US alone, we ate almost 5 billion pounds of seafood just last year. That's a little over 49 fillets per person. So what are we doing to make sure that our children and our children's children will be able to enjoy the best the ocean has to offer? We call it CARE. Community, Affordability, Responsibility, Excellence. It's how Long John Silver's gives back to our guests, their communities, and our oceans. We do more than follow sustainable fishing guidelines. We helped create them, only working with fishing and supply partners who help us keep the ocean swimming, which means better, responsibly harvested seafood, a brighter future for everybody, happy oceans, happy customers, and great tasting seafood for everyone.
And so we are about ready to go here for the MAAA Conference Championship game. And so we'll be back after a quick commercial break, bringing you what is the MAAA Conference Championship game against the St. Genevieve Dragons. Excuse me, I did that again, with the St. Genevieve Dragons against the Farmington Knightettes. The Knightettes, the higher seeded team, have beat St. Gen twice this year already. And let's hope for a third win to win the conference championship here. And as the conference championship game, not really something that matters in the sense of postseason play. And really, it's not a matter of winning a tournament for these teams as much as it is a matter of bragging rights in the area. You don't want to be the team that lost to that other team in your area because that team has bragging rights over you for the entire year. And so Farmington with the opportunity to gain bragging rights over all the teams in our area for an entire year. And so we'll be back after this with the Farmington Knightettes against the St. Genevieve Lady Dragons on Night Vision Sports.
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Special sauce?
At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
Welcome to Black Knight Sports. I'm Dennis Pogue, alongside is Marcus Archer, and we're here to bring you MAAA Conference Tournament Championship here as the St. Gen Lady Dragons will be the away team, and the first pitch comes in before Steve Rack called. And Marcus, how do you think this game's going to turn out?
Well, as we were talking in the pregame there, Dennis, I feel like Farmington has every reason to be confident right now. As they pause the game, somebody turned their headlights on. Farmington has every reason to be confident, beating St. Gen 12-0 and 15-0 in their previous 2 meetings. And as you can see from that first pitch, Kayla Nash with a strong, hard, fast pitch in for a strike. And these teams running in MAAA conference do not see a pitcher like Kayla Nash the rest of the season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, next one probably to Nash, probably be Kylie House from Central, and she throws pretty hard also with a lot of junk thrown in. And as that second pitch was fouled back for another strike called, it's 0-2 next pitch, and it's going to be a ball outside.
Well, one thing I've noticed at most of these games is that you'll see the Farmington players out ahead of the pitch, a lot of foul balls off into left field, and all the other players there'll be a lot of foul balls off into right field. As that ball is high, that pitch is high for a ball, and the players usually can't seem to get around on Kayla Nash's pitches that well.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, her arm motion is deceiving to hitters. And the next pitch going to be a line drive right center field. That will get down and go to the wall. Ashley Biatch rounds first, heads for second, and she'll be in there with a stand-up double to start off for the St. Gen Lady Dragons.
And that is right there is just about as much offense as St. Gen had in the entire first 2 meetings with Farmington.
And it looks like they're starting to get high. I mean, they scored 7 runs against North County last night, and this will bring up Michaela Bader, the shortstop for St. Gen. The first pitch, it's going to be a bunt. They'll move the runner over, and they will. And out at first, that'll be a 1-4 on the play.
Good small ball here by St. Gen Lady Dragons, able to get that bunt down right away. Farmington knew it was coming, but there's not a whole lot you can do with the runner going and a well-placed bunt like that.
No, exactly. I mean, they need to play small ball, push as many runs across as they can. Lauren Kuchta will be up to the plate, and there's the first pitch T-Rack called on Kuchta. No balls and a strike here on she wears the jersey number 12, and the next pitch from Nash will be a swing and a miss, and she's in the hole 0-2.
The infield playing in really far here, trying their best if they can to prevent the run at home. Link and Height both playing extremely shallow, along with Tucker and Brees.
And there's a Steve Wright call, sit her down, and that's the first strikeout for Kayla Nash.
And that's the one thing that I believe Kayla Nash brings that these other pitchers, including the St. Gen pitcher, don't have the ability to do, which is get strikeouts. It's something that there's a first pitch strike with a changeup, something that these other pitchers aren't really capable of doing because they don't throw the ball hard enough, and so their changeups aren't as powerful either.
There's a foul back. It's 0-2, and Kayla Nash is getting ahead of these hitters, and that's a good thing. That's what you want to see. If you get behind in the count, you're starting to go down, and you walk a lot more batters than what you're supposed to.
You lose your confidence that way.
Definitely. And there's a swing and a miss, and they have the third down to first out there, and that is the third out. We'll head to a commercial break. We'll be back. We'll be in the bottom of the first inning here on Black Knight Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and More has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and More is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the bottom of the first inning, and Farmington got four batters went to the plate for St. Gen, and that was on one base hit by Ashley Viox, who led off with a stand-up double to be exact. And Farmington, first 3 batters up this inning here in the bottom of the first, will be Olivia Siebert, Allison Pingle, and Kayla Nash. And here comes Olivia Siebert pitching today for the Lady Dragons will be Megan Huck, and catching behind the plate will be Adrienne Webery. We'll see if Farmington's offense can keep it going.
Farmington's got a lot of power here in the top half of their lineup. That first pitch is in the dirt. I've often said that Olivia Siebert capable of hitting it out, but probably should do more to drive it to the gaps.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I was looking on STL Today Sports, and she actually is one of the top leaders in batting average in all of like the St. Louis and then southeast area of Missouri. So that's pretty big. That pitch should be inside for a ball.
And she's a very good defensive catcher. I've seen her make several plays, whether it be throwing runners out at second, or she's made a few diving foul ball catches.
And there's a deep fly ball right field. Right fielder's back and about 10 feet away from the wall, and that's how we start the bottom of the first inning.
And I've seen Siebert do that several times this year. Long, high fly balls, deep, but very playable and very catchable balls.
Yeah, she's been chasing a lot of those high pitches, which will lead to a high fly ball. Sometimes carry out if she has enough power. And the first pitch to Pingle is going to miss for a ball up and in.
As we said before the game, Dennis, in the pregame show, I am officially on the Allison Pingle bandwagon here. I think she will end up being a very good player for the Knightettes. I assume she'll move over to first base next year when Hannah Height is gone. And
actually, Hannah Height's got another year.
She does have another year.
She has another year.
There you go. She tends to play first base. Hannah Height might end up being the pitcher next year, and so either way, she may move over to first base as she walks in her first at bat. And I have seen her walk a lot the last 3 or 4 games also.
Oh, yeah. So this will bring up the power hitter, Kayla Nash. She's the pitcher for Farmington. Her first pitch is swing line drive to left center field. This will get down. One hops the wall, and Pingle's going to drive for third. Kayla Nash going to second. We'll have runners on second and third, and one away here in the bottom of the first inning.
And I assume Kayla Nash will get her courtesy runner here, as she normally does. And usually it's Atlanta Warrenburg, and it is this time again. And so more speed on the bases, as essentially any hit that Hannah Height can get into the outfield, there's a chance to score 2.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Hannah Height, she was one of the home runs last night, 1 of 3, 2 from Farmington and 1 from Central. And Hannah Height trying to put 2 runs on the board for Farmington, possibly 3. As Megan Huck looks in for a pitch, she stands on the rubber and Wines pitches. It's going to be in there at the knees for a T-Rack called.
Dennis, is it just me, or does this fence seem like it's a hair bit shallower than ours back in Farmington?
That's what I noticed too. I noticed that at the other field number 2 here in St. John, I've noticed is a little shallower. Which, I mean, that could be just a little advantage, try to give some home runs, possibly. I mean, if it's shallower, it can't be more than about 20 feet.
I just noticed that Nash hit that ball hard, but I did not think it was going to be that close to the fence.
No, there's a ground ball, and it will go foul. It'll be 0-2 still with 1 away. Runners on second and third. Warrenburg at second, Pingle at third.
As I said, I knew Nash hit that ball hard, but to short hop the fence like that, the fence has to be a little bit closer in than ours is, than our players are accustomed to back at home.
Yeah, definitely. There's a ground ball, shortstop there, and it'll go through her legs. Runner goes for second and third. She's safe. Runners on first and third is going to be a RBI on the air on the shortstop for St. John. That was Michaela Bader who made the error. Went between her legs. It should have been an easy play, possibly play at the plate, but now everybody is safe. Runners on first and third, and this will bring up Brittany Link.
And Allison Pingle comes in to score for the first run of the game here in the bottom of the first inning for the Knightettes.
So we have runners on first and third. That's Warrenburg at third. Here's the first pitch to Link. It's going to miss just outside for a ball, and they'll move the runner to second on the steal. Well, actually, can't really call it. I guess you can call that stolen base.
That is a stolen base.
That is a stolen base, yeah. Well, sometimes they give the catchers indifference. And the next pitch will be a T-Rack call. It's going to even the count at 1-1.
Brittany Link, as we've talked about at length before here, the hero from the last regular season MAAA conference game, trying to get something going.
There's a ground ball to the left side, throw to first, and she'll be out there, but the runner does come across. That's going to be RBI for Brittany Link, making it 2-0 Farmington here in the bottom of the first.
Link almost legged that ball out. get an infield single there. She was just about 4 or 5 inches from tying that ball up.
Yeah. There's a ground ball from Hallie Tucker to the shortstop. She'll throw on the first, and it's going to get through the fence. She'll go 2, and she'll be in there safely. A runner does come across, and that's going to make it 3-0 Farmington.
And this is something the Knightettes have done the last several games, with the exception of the North County game at home last week, as they've jumped on these teams early, scoring a bunch of runs up front, and that demoralizes your opponent.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Early and often is what you need to do, and Allison Tucker coming to the plate, and she looks in a first pitch steer-right call right on the black on the inside corner. It's going to make it 0-1. Hallie Tucker on second, and that was a ball. 1-1.
Allison Tucker, the hero from last night, the game-winning homer in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, that was huge for Farmington.
And that's 3 pitches on the inside of the part of the plate there for her. As several of the Farmington hitters I've known have had to slide back out of the way.
You know, it's like Huck is trying to hit that inside corner. And now it's going to make the count 3-1. Tucker on second. She reached on an error, went to second. 3 runners have came across, 2 errors for the shortstop. And here's a fly ball. Center field is going to fall. It's going to get down. And she's going to turn around first and head towards second. She'll come back. No throw, and a runner does come across. Going to be an RBI single for Allison Tucker.
Not a pretty slide back into first, but an RBI single nonetheless. She didn't really slide as much as she hugged the base there when she got back in. And but like you said, nonetheless, an RBI single, 4-0 now for the Knightettes as Emily Breeze steps up to the plate.
And it's a swing and a foul bag. It's a good rip there by Breeze. And it's going to make it 0-1. Runner on first. That's Tucker 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. 4-0 as Farmington has pushed across 2 hits in the inning on 2 errors, scoring 4 runs. Here's a stolen base here for Tucker. She's going to slide in safely. 2 stolen bases so far this inning.
Well, now it's a stolen base. Knightettes being aggressive here on the bases early, trying to do as much as they can here in the bottom of the first inning. Tucker still getting out to a huge lead there after that pitch. It's like the coaches have told them, be as aggressive as possible. They're going to try to get as much as they can early on.
Exactly. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. She just got underneath it. It's going to be 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second, 4-0. Farmington. St. John trying to get out of this with not too much more hurt. Next pitch, a swing and a foul back.
In their last meeting against St. John, Farmington essentially knocked the pitcher out after the first inning, and St. John has a left-handed pitcher that'll come in the game.
And there's this drive to right center field. It'll get down. One hops the wall, and Breeze will head to second base. It's going to be a stand-up double for Breeze, and it's going to be an RBI double for Farmington. 5-0 here in the bottom of the first.
This is what they did to St. John last time. A lot of runs scored in the first inning, and St. John eventually went to a pitching change. As I said, they have a left-handed pitcher, and Farmington was still able to score several runs, but it was not quite the same, as I'm sure the ball looks a lot different coming out of a left-handed pitcher's hand than it does out of a right-handed pitcher. And this looking very similar here, as I believe the previous game they scored, I believe it was 8 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and they already have 5 here now with 2 outs.
Yeah, and they have a pitching mound visit already from the coach for St. John, and trying to talk things over. I mean, you can't really talk things over with the pitcher. I mean, Farmington is keying off of Huck's pitches and driving the ball very well all through the lineup. I mean, there's been a couple of high fly balls just got underneath it, but pretty much they've been driving the ball fairly well so far here in the first inning.
Randy Scruggs is going to come up to bat here as one of 2 left-handed hitters in the Knightettes lineup.
And she's the 9th batter, and she's kind of a leadoff hitter, at the bottom of the lineup. She's fast, she can get on base, but she hasn't been able to get on base the past few games. Hopefully she can do it right here. First pitch is swinging a foul back, good rip by Scruggs.
Yeah, and normally you might see a player like Scruggs or Breeze at the top of a lineup, maybe one of the Tuckers, but Farmington has done something interesting, is that they've stacked all their power in their first 5 or 6 hitters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, the fact that you have 5 or 6 hitters that you could consider power hitters says a lot about your team, though.
Mm-hmm. 1-1 pitch from Huck. It's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman fields it, throws to first. And that's how we'll end it. 5 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. We'll head to the top of the second inning. 5-0 Farmington.
There's a magical land between the latitudes of 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south, where the amazing Arabica beans grow. The mountainous regions between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, where rich soil means rich coffee, where lush tropical climate means smooth aromatic flavor, and where passionate farmers means flavor we can all be passionate about. When Mother Nature meets the human touch, we're able to bring great tasting coffee to the exact longitude and latitude of you.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the top of the second inning. Farmington pushed across 5 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base. And St. John will come up. Zerwig, Huck, and Brass will lead things off for the Lady Dragons here in the top of the second inning. And Nash back to work. We're here at MAAA Conference Tournament Championship game as Farmington is in control like they have been all season against the St. John Lady Dragons. One victory was 15-0 at home and 12-0 at St. John. The first pitch going to miss below the knees for a ball here on Zerwig.
And Farmington has rolled through the MAAA conference. Really, Farmington Central and North County, they've beaten everyone except themselves. They've all lost to themselves once, which led to the 3-way tie, which led to the coin flip tiebreaker, which gave Farmington the 2nd seed in this tournament. North County with the 1, Central with the 3, and then, as I said, St. John with the surprising upset of North County, which led to this game here tonight. Yeah. And St. John's home field.
So we got a 2-1 count here on Reagan Zerwig, the right fielder, who made a put out at the beginning of the inning at the bottom of the first to retire Olivia Siebert. So we have a 2-1 count here on Zerwig. Nash looks in for a sign. Wise pitches. Swinging a foul back. Gonna make it 2-2. So I've noticed St. John has a very big bench. They have 9 players sitting on their bench. That's a lot of players to have.
What they may have done possibly is they may have several of their that ball's lined foul, or no, that'll get down fair. That'll be a ground rule double between the fences, as the fence they bring in to count for the outfield fence here doesn't go all the way to the edge, and so that's always a ground rule double if it makes it through.
And that's how we started it again. Top of the first inning, St. John led off with a double by Ashley Viox, and then here again, Reagan Zerwig. Now this will bring up the pitcher, Megan Huck, as she's looking to add things, and she'll line right to the pitcher. She'll throw it on the first just to move the runner over, and that's how the Farmington Knightettes get their first out.
I'm surprised as Nash had a play on that ball. She turned and looked at the runner, and the runner was going all the way, and she could have thrown over to third to get the lead runner, but decided to go for the safe bet over at first.
Yeah, I mean, you got a for sure out here over at first, not a for sure out over at third. Didn't want to overthrow a ball, and here's the first pitch. It's going to be a ground ball. Brass, height, throw it home, and she'll be safe. Not sure why she played that over to home, as she's going to be safe. It wasn't a force out at home. So
I think she probably just felt like as she had fallen down that she wasn't able to turn around to throw it over to first, and didn't want to make a wild play, and just tried to make some kind of play to get someone out.
Yeah.
So Link over at third playing shallow still, as I think they're still sort of somewhat expecting the bunt.
Kemper here's a throw to first, underhand by Breeze. That's the second out. Move the runner over to second. That'd be a 4-3 on the put out of Kemper. This will bring up Adria Mueller, the left fielder for St. John. So on deck for the St. John Lady Dragons will be Ashley Viox. First pitch, it's going to be a slap attempt, and it's going to be a steer right called. Seems like sometimes those slap attempts work, sometimes they don't.
For a left-handed batter, it's a huge advantage though, because they're a full stride closer to first base than a right-handed hitter is.
There's the play of Nash 2 height, and that's how we get the third out. Well, St. John gets 2 hits. 1 run comes across. We'll head to the bottom of the second, 5-1, Farmington.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
Here as the announcer here for St. John, they announced Brylan Denman is actually Olivia Siebert. Denman is the flex. She's being DH for in right field. So it's a 1-0 count. Now it's going to make it 2-0 here on Siebert. So Farmington batted 9 last inning, and they'll try to bat 9 once again. 5 runs came across here in the first inning. 5 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. A swinging a line drive left field, and that's going to hit a car. We'll make it 2-1 here on Siebert.
Siebert flew out to the right fielder first time up. Not far from the fence, but flew out nonetheless. She has to jump out of the way of that pitch just a bit inside.
Yeah, looks like she was trying to do some little ballet lessons. We'll make it 3-1 here on Siebert. Huck pitches, swing a line drive. That's a hard hit to the left field. The left fielder knocks it down. That's how we're going to start the bottom of the second, and they'll push it over the top of the second inning. Siebert moves to second base, and it'll be an error on the left fielder, a single and an error on the extra base.
And Siebert with a good piece of base running there. Not really something her coach could tell her. She was watching, saw the left fielder bobble it, and that's why they tell you to make that turn at first there initially, is just in case that happens.
It's gonna be a bloop to left field. Get down. See if Albie will send Siebert. She does. It gets past the left fielder, and Pingle will get to second base. It's gonna be an error once again on the left fielder.
And that's 2 errors on 2 plays for the left fielder that allowed Siebert to go from first to second, and for Siebert to score all the way from second to home. Pingle there with a stand-up double.
And here's Kayla Nash. She lined the ball hard to the left center fielder last time at bat, and she looks at a ball low in the dirt.
Kayla Nash, a threat every time she steps up to the plate. She hit a ball that couldn't have been more than 10 feet in the air and almost got out on her first at bat.
Exactly. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing a line drive left field, and it'll go foul.
She hit that one over the scoreboard here at the park, which maybe not sound like it's saying much, but from where we're standing, that's a pretty hard hit ball.
That is a very hard hit ball. If it stayed fair, it would have been gone, and long gone at that. It's a 1-1 count here on Nash. Hutch pitch. Here it comes. Going to miss. Oh, it's going to be a steer right called right at the chest.
Looked a little high.
It did. And it's going to be 1-2 here on Nash. Runner on second, that's Pingle. Huck looks back onto the rubber. She looks for a sign. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss way up high. Pingle will go to third base without any problem, making it 2-2.
And that's about as wild of a pitch as you're going to see. That ball was a good 4 feet over the catcher.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was not going to be caught at all by the catcher for St. John. That's Adrian Webery. Megan Huck, the pitcher for St. John. St. John trying to keep the runs to the minimum here. 6-1 Farmington. The next pitch going to miss up high once again. It's going to make it full at 3-2.
Kayla Nash was my favorite batting helmet on the Knightettes team, with the gold and black, the black helmet with the gold fleur-de-lis. As I say every game, the New Orleans Saints logo. I got to drop it in there, Dennis. I got to represent my peeps down in Louisiana.
The 3-2 pitch, a swing, a line drive. It's going to go past. It's going to go to the left fielder. Good cut off by the left fielder. And he'll get down. Nash going to try for second. The throw, and she is safe. Got underneath the tag.
Nice slide there by Nash.
And may have missed the call, may have not. We'll say he got the call right because she was safe, and it's going to be an RBI for Kayla Nash as Pingle comes in to score, and Nash with a single.
Nash with a risky play there, but not just because of who I am, but it looked to me like she got under that tag. It was a nice slide, as she pretty much just laid all the way back on her back. If she would have stood up at all, she would have been tagged out.
You know, honestly, I think that could have been another error on the left fielder. Made a bad throw to second base, and Nash was able to advance, and that ball was in the dirt at second. So that probably another error for the left fielder. That's 3 on the inning. And Height swings and misses at a high pitch. Could have been 2-0 or 3-0. Now it's 2-1. Height trying to get on base once again. She came around, scored. Warrenberg, the pinch runner at second. Swing and a ground ball go foul. It's going to be 2-2.
And Kayla Nash hit that ball that she hit about as hard as you're ever going to see a ball hit. As you could tell, she swung at a ball that would have been high. She would have walked, but she did not want to walk after she had hit 2 balls nearly out of the park.
Exactly, yeah. And there's another swing and a foul by Height. She's trying to get it in fair territory, pulling the ball a little bit, trying to get Megan Hutch slow pitches, trying to center them up and drive them. Next pitch, swinging a line drive left field is going to go foul, and they are just hammering Hutch pitches right now.
And as I said in the pregame, one thing that was that's common that I've seen these last several games, especially in conference play, is a lot of the opposing teams fouling the ball off to the right late on Kayla Nash's pitches, and a lot of the Knightettes fouling balls out of play over to left field, out ahead of it. In fact, in a few of these games, some of the batters have been so far out ahead of it, they've actually hit the ball on the very end of the bat. And so Hannah Height just smoked one out to left field, and that ball is gone. That is gone.
And there is no doubt about that. Hannah Height, her second home run in 2 nights in a row, and it's going to make it 9-1 Farmington.
There was no doubt about that from the time it left her bat. That ball was deep and not playable, and it was pretty obvious. And so it looks like St. John, the coach, is coming out now. He's going to make the pitching change here. I assume going to their the left-handed pitcher for St. John, who was playing left field, I believe.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to do a little switching. Yeah, they will be bringing that left-hander. I mean,
Mueller.
This is a very good inning for Farmington, 9-1 here in the top of the, it'd be the bottom of the second inning, as Farmington has 4 hits in the inning, 3 errors also. They scored the 4 runs. It was 5-1 entering the bottom of the second inning, as this left-hander Mueller will come in to pitch. But Height flat out drilled that last pitch.
The only ball I've seen go farther this year is the one ball Kayla Nash hit in left field back at home a few games back, and it short hopped deep fence.
So as we have a 9-1 score here in the bottom of the second inning, Farmington has only 7 hits. They've scored 9 runs, but there has been 5 errors for St. John, 3 of which coming from the left fielder.
And don't forget about the wild pitch, which advanced the runner from first over to second this inning also, which allowed for that run to score, made it easier on them. And so Mueller will come into pitch now, previously playing left field for the Lady Dragons, and she's a left-handed pitcher, not a lot of power, but Dennis, as I'm sure you can attest to in baseball, I imagine it's very similar, that the ball looks a lot different coming out of a left-handed pitcher's hand than a right-handed pitcher's hand, and it comes across the plate differently.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you see the right-handed pitchers all the time. You don't see many left-handers. They're few and far between around this area, and St. John has one of them. Is the first pitch going to miss, up and away for a ball here on Brittany Link. Still no one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Link trying to get on base. Swinging a fly ball. It's going to come over to our area, and first baseman will make the play.
That ball about 3 feet from us there, Dennis. You get a little nervous there. It looked like it might come over here.
Balls are very attracted to me.
So Hallie Tucker now up to bat.
It's going to be swinging a foul ball. Yeah, balls generally come over my direction all the time. I was over at Wilson Rozier. You know how the fence is closed in right there at the batting cages? I previously broke my thumb, and the ball happened to find my thumb once again in the batting cage.
And I believe it's not with it 9-1 now. Only one out here in the second inning. St. John already with a pitching change, which is basically what they did last game against Farmington at home. When Farmington faced them at home, they made it through one inning and had to make a pitching change just like they did now.
Yeah.
And so I believe the run rule now is in play going into the third inning, as I believe it is 15 after 3 and 12 after 4 is what I've been told. And so as I said at the pregame, the run rule is in play, as they've done it twice of this team, and it looked a little slow to begin with. St. John was started off the game well, but now 9-1 as Hallie Tucker walks to get on base here, the first batter that Mueller faces.
And this will bring up Allison Tucker, and a pop up, and it's going to go foul. Tucker last time at bat had a single, stole a base, and came around and scored for Farmington, and she was the 5th run of the inning, 5th and last run in the bottom of the first. Here's the next pitch to Tucker, 0-1. Delivery, line drive up the middle, it's going to be down, base hit. And we'll have both Tuckers on base, first and second, with 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, one thing I noticed the last few games here, Farmington has struggled to get the timing of these pitchers. As I said, been way out ahead of it, even hitting the ball off the very end of the barrel of the bat. And here tonight, they have adjusted very well, as I'm sure that has a lot to do with practice and preparation.
And there's a line drive from Breeze, and he'll get down to the wall. She's already hit a double. She'll have another. This will bring home 1 run. Here comes another. Both Tuckers will score. Both runners are safe. And it's a close play at the plate, with bang, bang play. And it's going to make it 11-1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
That's one of the best balls I've seen Breeze hit all year long. She's hit the ball hard several times, but hit it right to opposing defenders. And that time she able to get it out into the outfield for her second double of the game, a two RBI double, and 11-1 here for the Knightettes, only in the bottom of the second inning.
Here is Randy Scruggs. First pitch going to be in the dirt, and Breeze all over that one, and she'll move over to third base on the wild pitch.
Farmington wanted to end this game early. They've been very aggressive on the bases. As we hear the Knightettes chant from the dugout, their usual chant of the Randy Scruggs, Scruggs, Scruggs.
And she misses that one. It's a good change up there by Mueller. She's going to knot up the count at 1 apiece, 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strikes. 11-1 is the score here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a foul tip, hung on by the catcher for St. John's. Going to make it 1-2. Runner on third, that's Breeze. Good double, hard hit double by Breeze. Her second of the night. Swinging a foul ball, and it'll make it 1-2 still.
When Dennis Farmington doing what they're supposed to do. When you play a team that is really in every facet of the game inferior to you, you're supposed to play like they are, no matter what the sport is. And a lot of times you can play down to another team's level, that you get kind of caught up in it. Farmington having none of that here tonight, as they have just jumped all over both St. John pitchers from the get-go.
Oh yeah, they've already batted 9, or this is the 9th batter. They have only retired 1 batter. Here's a line drive, or fly ball right center field. The center fielder there to make the play. That's out, and Breeze tagging up on the play. That's going to make it 12-1 Farmington.
So a sacrifice fly there, even when St. John does something good. A nice catch out in center field. Farmington still able to score a run, and that's got to hurt if you're St. John. You do something right, very good play, and you still go down another run.
So let's bring up Olivia Siebert, deep fly ball left field, and she'll sit right at the wall, and that'll retire Olivia Siebert. Well, 7 runs come across for Farmington. We'll head to the bottom, or top of the third inning, excuse me. Farmington leading 12-1.
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Special sauce?
At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the top of the third inning. Farmington scores 7 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits and 3 errors as Farmington batted 10 at batters that inning, and a deep fly ball by Olivia Siebert.
And a home run by Hannah Height as part of that also.
Yep.
She crushed it to dead center field.
So let's bring up Ashley Biatch, the leadoff hitter for St. John.
As I said, Farmington doing what they're supposed to do. I imagine their coaches spent a lot of time these last few days in preparation for the change in speeds for the St. John pitcher.
Zach, good backhand play by Tucker. Throw to first. It would be wide. It's going to hit the fence. A great play by Tucker, but a bad throw. A little too much power on that throw, and it's going to be an error on Tucker.
But a lucky bounce here for the Knightettes as the fence here right behind first base is very close to the line. So you're not going to have a lot of leeway as far as bad throws go.
Oh, for sure. And then that's our first pitch to McKayla Bader, the shortstop, and is a steer-right call, swing and a miss.
And the runner here at first, better be careful, Vioxx, because Siebert will throw back to first. I've seen her do it several times this year.
Ground ball. Link throws to first. Has to hurry. She safe on the play. She's going to make it first and second. And that was a for sure out there at first base.
A little confused about that call there. I thought she had her. Only thing, maybe it's possible that that Hannah Height may have pulled her foot off the bag a little early. I'm assuming because it looked like she had her.
Lauren Kuchta will come out to the plate. She's a big contributor, and this will fall to the left side, and it'll be fair. One runner will come across. Throw into third, a wild throw. Throws into the cutoff man, the pitcher, Kayla Nash, and it's going to be a double for Kuchta. She was a big contributor last night against North County.
On that right there, that throw there, really something the Knighthead coaches are probably not too pleased with as they work on every day in practice. You work on throwing it to the cutoff man, which in that case would have essentially been the third baseman. They could have got the runner at third there for the first out of the inning.
Adrian Weber will come out to play the catcher for St. John, and she'll watch a steer-right call to go by. Runner on second, that's Kuchta. Runner on third, that's Bader. And this next pitch is a ball. It's going to miss up.
And Farmington up 12-2 now, but they can't relax as we saw in the bottom half of the 7th inning of the last game. North County almost went on a run and come back against Central as they were down 5-0 until the last inning. And so really anybody's capable in softball, especially, of scoring a lot of runs in bunches.
Yeah, for sure. We got a 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Siebert hangs on, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
That's Nash's third strikeout of the game.
And a big one at that with runners on second and third. This will bring up Reagan Zerwig, the right fielder. She had a double the last time to lead off the second inning, and she'll try to look for her second double here in the third inning. The first pitch, and it's going to miss up. Oh, it's steer-right call. That umpire's calling strikes about a mile high, looks like. Not going to complain about that. One delivery from Nash. It'll be a curveball. It's going to be a steer-right call. 0-2.
As Emily Breeze told me, they have a nickname for Nash's a changeup there. Is essentially what that is. That off-speed pitch. They called it. She jokingly said they call it the dark one. I'm assuming that means you can't see it coming, basically. And there's Nash's 4th strikeout of the game, as she threw another off-speed pitch, two of them back-to-back. Not something you often see from Nash.
So we got 2 away. This will bring up, it looks like there were some switches in the St. John's lineup. It'll be Nagger, the number 15, will bat for Huck, as Huck is replaced for Nagger. I guess Nagger is playing left field now.
And Dennis, I don't have it in front of me, but I would say Nash has got to be a one of the leaders in the area for strikeouts here, as she usually has 3 or 4 a game at least, and so this game already she has 4 and we're only in the 3rd inning.
1-1 pitch from Nash. It's going to be a swing and a foul ball. A sharp one to Farmington's dugout. It's going to make it 1-2. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nash trying to strand 2 runners and try to get 3 consecutive outs, maybe looking for a 3rd consecutive strikeout of the night and her 5th. 12-2 is the score.
Batter was really late on that pitch. And late on it again.
Late again. And then that's just a hope and prayer swing from Nager.
She's not really able to keep up with it here. If we'll see if Nash goes with the fastball or she tries to drop in that changeup here and try to keep the hitter off guard.
Let's see. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be Steerack 3. Sits down looking, and we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Farmington with a chance to try to score 5 runs to win it here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back here on Black Knight Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MAAA Bank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and more has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and more is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Farmington leads at 12-2. They're 5 runs away from a victory here tonight, walking it off in run rule style once again against the St. John Lady Dragons. We're here in the Men's AAA Conference Tournament Championship. First pitch to Allison Pingles will be a ground ball. 3rd baseman sits on it, throws a first. That's how we start the bottom of the 3rd. That's 1 away. This will bring up Kayla Nash.
Number 11, Kayla Nash.
Kayla Nash hit a couple of balls that would have easily been out of the park, but she hit them foul in her last at bat. So we'll see if she can straighten those out.
And that might have been a perfect one to do it on too, but she looks at it as a curveball or changeup by Mueller. 0-1 is the count here on Nash. Nash is doubled and singled, reached on second base on an error, and she looks at the ball outside.
Until Nash does not want to walk, this pitcher's essentially lobbing it up there for her. It's a perfect speed for her to get a hold of it.
Exactly. And there's a swing and a dribbler. It's going to be foul, and it's going to make it 1-2. Nash in the hole, and Mueller ahead of the count, 1-2. 12-2 is the score here in the bottom of the 3rd. Farmington has pushed across 9 hits on 5 errors and 1 left on base so far in this game. And Nash will look at a ball, and it looked like that could have been a strike on almost anybody else, but of course umpires sometimes have to respect the hitters that is up to the plate. Comes a 2-2 swing.
That is gone.
Drive.
That's gone.
Gone. Nash with a dinger, and she'll tie the home runs leader at 10 home runs. That was a shot by Nash. That's her 2nd home run for Farmington. Height hits the first one. Now Nash will hit the 2nd. 13-2 is the score.
And the umpires looked over here at us on the first base line and said that Nash didn't even swing, and she hit that ball pretty far out. Hit it right where Hannah Height hit it, essentially. Both balls in the same spot. And as he said, it didn't really look like there wasn't a lot of effort put into that one. And so Height coming up after Nash here, and she is a threat to also go deep again, as we saw last inning. And so Knightettes, that's with their 2nd home run of the game, as you said.
Well, see, what you see in softball is if you elevate the pitch, you're asking for trouble every single time you throw. And like that right there, that's another hard hit ball by Height. But once again, if you elevate the ball in softball, there's a natural rise already from the pitcher. So you already have the elevation. All you need is just a little bit of power to get it over the fence. Now, the fence is that's probably about just under 200 feet out there in the outfield, and ground ball to the 3rd baseman. She'll sit on it once again, throw to first. That's the 2nd out.
That's the second out of the inning where the Knightettes have essentially just missed the ball, turned on it, but swung on top of it and grounded it out to the third baseman.
Brittany Link.
This will bring up Brittany Linkett. She's also a threat to hit a home run. She is a dead pull hitter, and here's her first pitch, and it's a steer-rack called. No balls and a strike here on Link, 2 away. Third inning highlighted by a Kayla Nash home run with 1 away, nobody on base. And nobody on base once again. Nash pull it, and this will be foul.
That came just over our heads there. This fence is a good foot taller than me, but I still felt the need to duck.
No balls, 2 strikes here on Link, and I wasn't kidding when I said she was a dead pull hitter.
Dead pull hitter.
Taylor, they kind of need that ball.
In fact, there might be a squirrel or 2 out here that's dead now because of that pull.
No balls, 2 strikes. Mueller pitching to Link. Here comes wind up in the pitch. It's going to miss up high, make it 1-2.
And the Knightettes with 2 outs here, looking like they may not get to that 15-run mark, but as it's very capable of ended the game here early still if they can shut out St. John.
Next pitch, line drive, right field, and caught right at the right fielder.
She didn't even have to move hardly.
So we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Farmington highlighted by a Kayla Nash home run. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning, 13-2 Farmington.
There's a magical land between the latitudes of 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south, where the amazing Arabica beans grow. The mountainous regions between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, where rich soil means rich coffee, where lush tropical climate means smooth aromatic flavor, and where passionate farmers means flavor we can all be passionate about. When Mother Nature meets the human touch, we're able to bring great tasting coffee to the exact longitude and latitude of you.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. First pitch by Kayla Nash, and it's going to be missed just up and in to Kara Grass to DH for St. John. Farmington had a home run, their second home run of the night. Kayla Nash hit the second one and a height with the first one. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on for Farmington in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So we're here in the top of the 4th inning. This is the last chance actually for St. John.
Well, I believe it's 15 after 3 and 12 after 4, if I'm correct. And so Farmington up 11 right now. We're going to get clarification on the mercy rules. It's a little confusing in high school softball.
So it is 10 after 5. So St. John will have another chance after this inning to try to make the deficit under 10. So we have a 2-2 or 3-2 count, full count here on Grass. Next pitch gonna be a ground ball. Doctor with the glove, throw to first, and that's how we start the top of the 4th inning. 1 away. 6-3 on the putout.
A couple of nice plays by Tucker as she backhanded one last inning and almost got the runner. She was able to slide and pop up off the ground there. She's played pretty well defensively here tonight.
Daniel Kemper will come up to the plate. She's the second baseman for St. John. Her first pitch from Nash on its way. It's a ground ball. Link all over it. She'll throw it first, and looked like it was going to be high, but Hannah with her tall height. It's going to be the second out of the inning. And if some of you guys didn't get it, Hannah Height, her last name's Height. She's tall.
No, Dennis, we got it. We got it. You can explain it. If you have to explain the joke, it's already not funny.
Well, so it's still funny. I'm still laughing. And so Mueller will look at a steer-rack call, the slap hitter for St. John. And last time that didn't work out. It grounded out right out to the pitcher.
Nash looking to get her 6th strikeout of the game. There's a strike 2.
Yeah, we got an 0-2 count here on Mueller. 2 away, nobody on. 13-2 is the score here in the top of the 4th inning. Farmington next inning will set up Tucker and Breeze. Nash's next pick, and it's going to miss up. Going to make it 1 and 2. So far, St. John has 5 hits. Farmington has 10.
Farmington infield playing in fairly shallow because of the way that Mueller tends to swing the bat with that slap hit style from the left side of the plate. Like I said, it gives her an advantage being a whole step closer to first base than a right-handed hitter.
And there's a pop-up right to Tucker, and that's 1-2-3 inning for Nash. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Farmington leads at 13-2.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports here. Mark Sarch here along with Dennis Poe. We just received some clarification on the run rule, and that is that it is 15 after 3, and so 15 runs after the 3rd inning or the 4th inning, and then 10 runs after 5. And so if Farmington were to score 4 runs here, the game would be over right now. So
here we go, leading off the inning. Will be Elena Warrenberg, it looks like. Will be pitch hitting for Hallie Tucker in left field.
Elena Warrenberg, a senior, pinch runner for Kayla Nash normally, getting in the game here.
Nice pitch. It's going to miss, going to make it 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Elena Warrenberg. And here's the next pitch. It's going to miss it away. It's going to make it 2-1. 13-2 is the score. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Farmington has pushed across 13 runs on 10 hits and 5 errors on St. John. The 2-1 is going to be a swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Allison Tucker on deck for Farmington. Here's the pitch. He's going to miss. He's going to make a full count. Warrenberg trying to get on base. Farmington just needs 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th to win it in walk-off fashion here at MAAA Conference Tournament Championship game against St. John, who put off a very big win against North County 7-1. That's a strikeout for Warrenberg. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, as I was talking to someone earlier today, the question to me wasn't whether or not Farmington would win. This wasn't a game you would predict whether or not they would win, but maybe how quickly they would win.
A swing, a line drive, foul, or a fly ball to left field. That's going to be easy put out there for the Nager in left field, and that's going to make it 2 away. This will bring up Emily Breeze, and she has 2 doubles on the night so far. Trying to look for a 3rd, and she's going to look at a Steve Wright called. Oh, looks like it's Taylor Marbury will pinch hit for Breeze. So Mayberry will come in for a defensive replacement, or actual offensive and defensive replacement here late in the game, as Farmington has it in the bag. It seems like 13-2 is the score. And another swing and a miss, going to make it 1 and 2.
Essentially, Farmington, if they can hold St. John in the top half of the next inning, the game would be over, because it is 10 after 5. And so what they're doing, they're getting some of their other players in the game who don't get to play nearly as much here in the conference championship game.
So we have a 2-2 count here on Marbury. Next pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. Going to be in the dirt, drop third strike, throw first, and she'll make the play. And we'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Farmington with a chance to be crowned MAAA Conference champions here at St. Jen.
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it?
Okay.
Can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. Last chance for romance for St. Jen. It's going to be a swing and a foul ball by Ashley Viox.
The St. Jen does not score at least 2 runs in this top half of the 5th inning. The Farmington Knightettes would take the MAAA Conference Tournament Championship.
Kayla Nash trying to finish it off here. 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball. Left side, Link throwing to first, and that's how we start. Ashley Jaden Grimes will be a defensive replacement here for Farmington, and it's going to be the first out of the inning. 5-3 on the putout. This will bring up Michaela Bader. She has grounded out and singled. She's 1 for 2 on the game.
So Jaden Grimes in at third. Elena Warrenberg in at left field as a replacement. That ball is fouled off to the left side. And Taylor Marbury, I believe, stayed in the game.
She is at second base.
Yes.
So we have Grimes, Tucker, Marbury, and Hyde in the infield. Nash and Siebert, the battery. And here's a fly ball to right field. Rylan Denman with the putout. That's 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Farmington leading 13-2.
And I can tell you, although this game does not matter from a postseason standpoint, standing-wise, it matters a lot to these girls who play these teams in their area all year long. As when they beat North County to tie for the season championship, as that ball's grounded to shortstop, Tucker throws it to Height,
and that's how we end it. 13-2 is the final score. We'll head on a little commercial break. We'll be back to wrap things up here on Black Knight Sports.
Special sauce?
At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
And welcome back here on Night Vision Sports. Farmington Knightettes taking the MAAA Conference Tournament Championship crown, defeating the St. Jen Lady Dragons 13-2 with a quick game here, defeating them 13-2 in 5. And as I said, I was saying before we ended that game there, that this game from a postseason standpoint doesn't matter, but it does matter to these girls, as when Farmington beat North County to tie for the conference title regular season, the girls were extremely excited, extremely happy about it. And so now they get to do something that they've worked all year for, and that is win a tournament championship, Dennis.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, Farmington worked very hard against these teams. They were looking forward to actually playing against North County, but I guess on the flip side, it is good to play a lesser team. And I guess, I mean, not a lesser team, but physically, they're not. St. Jen is not as good as Farmington, and not as good as North County, but North County happened to lose to St. Jen. But, I mean, if you look at the line scores for Farmington, they hammered the ball. 1 home run by Kayla Nash. Hannah Hyde hit another one. Farmington had 10 hits, 13 runs, and had St. Jen had 5 errors altogether and left only 1 runner on base. So they did a good job of scoring runners when they needed to, and that's what they did.
And Farmington with several doubles in the game. many of them on throwing errors, and that's really what extended a lot of these innings that could have ended a lot quicker for St. Gen. Some throwing errors, some fielding errors out in the outfield that turned a lot of singles into doubles and moved a lot of runners from second all the way home. And so the Knightettes doing what they've done here the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, and that is score runs in bunches, and really they've defeated inferior opponents like they should. They haven't played down to their level. They've played their game, and Kayla Nash again with another strong game offensively, a single, a double, a home run. Really, it's a triple shy of a cycle now that I think about it, and 5 strikeouts. And so another all-around game for Kayla Nash as she was a superstar here again tonight, and contributions from almost every night, whether it be offensively or defensively here. And as the Knightettes take the conference championship crown from the St. Gen Lady Dragons.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, St. Gen was not hitting the ball at all. I mean, they had a couple doubles, but I mean, Farmington has run-ruled St. Gen. This is the first 2 runs St. Gen has scored, and this is a good way to go into district tournament play starting October 8th. It'll be next Thursday, or actually, would it be? Yeah, next Thursday, and we'll see how that lines up seating-wise later on this weekend and early next week, as they'll have to have meetings to find out the seedings. But in all, his final score is 13-2, 5 innings. So long, Farmington, MAAA Conference champs. So long, St. Gen and the Mosquitoes here in by the river.
We'll see you next time here on Night Vision Sports. Marcus Archer, along with Dennis Pogue.
We are here, planet Earth, made from about 70% water. That's 326 billion gallons, give or take. That's enough to fill the office water cooler 652 quadrillion times. You'd think with that much water, we'd never run out of fresh fish. But in the US alone, we ate almost 5 billion pounds of seafood just last year. That's a little over 49 fillets per person. So what are we doing to make sure that our children and our children's children will be able to enjoy the best the ocean has to offer? We call it CARE. Community, affordability, responsibility, excellence. It's how Long John Silver's gives back to our guests, their communities, and our oceans. We do more than follow sustainable fishing guidelines. We helped create them, only working with fishing and supply partners who help us keep the ocean swimming, which means better, responsibly harvested seafood. Brighter future for everybody. Happy oceans, happy customers, and great tasting seafood for everyone.
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it? Okay, hey. Hey, first. Can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?